Alright, today I wanted to do a review for learning language arts through literature. The reason I want to do this review is because when I was looking for videos to tell me a little bit more about learning language arts through literature, I couldn't find very many videos. So I figured that since we are a little ways into this book, I would just give you guys a little bit of an overview. Whenever we finish it, I'll come back and do another video that kind of gives you guys an idea of what I thought about the curriculum in a whole. But just today I want to kind of show you inside the books a little bit and tell you a few things I like about it so far. Alright, so there's a teacher's manual that you'll need. You need a student activity book. And then you just need these 4 books. It doesn't look like a lot, but it comes with the Boxcar Children, Ben and Me, The Sign of the Beaver, and Wilbur and Orville Wright. So you'll have a book study on each of these books throughout the year. I was able to find these books. I found 2 of them at Goodwill, and the other 2 I just bought along with my student activity book at on christianbook.com, and then this one I just found on Amazon, the teacher's manual. I got that for really cheap used. But it doesn't come as like a whole package set, so you do have to buy separately. But that's okay. That's a good thing because you might have all these books already on your bookshelf. So then you wouldn't have extra books if it all came together. Alright, so let me give you a little look inside this book. This is the orange book. It is 4th grade skills. We're also using the blue book. I'm going to do a different video on the blue book and kind of show you inside that as too. But this is the 4th grade level. I'm using it with 2 of my kids. They're just a year apart in age, but they do the same level for language arts. So let's open this up and look inside. You have your table of contents, introduction. It shows you how to use this book. Gives you ideas of what you're supposed to do for each thing for the book study, everyday words. It explains everything with you. It explains even dictation and those things that you might be doing in this book. And then it gives you a list of materials, things that you might need while using this. Alright, then you have your book studies. This is set up a lot like the student book. There's just a few extra things, like in the teacher's manual they have this box that shows the skills that they'll be learning in each unit. And in the margins they have notes and they have answers. They'll also have a summary of the book in the teacher's manual. Alright, you'll have discussion questions. This is just kind of an idea of what the book study looks like. They do sequencing events and diagramming the story. And then this is an I Can assessment, which is, let's see if we can focus on that. You just check off each. When you do this assessment. I can complete my work, I can be creative, I can be accurate, I can do my work with a good attitude, and I can do my work neatly. There's one of those at the end of each. You can photocopy those if you wanted to do more assessments throughout the year. It helps you kind of get an idea of if they're doing their work and keeping up and everything. Again, this is the everyday words. There's a skill box. Gives you a list of what they're going to be learning in everyday words. Alright, so this is kind of how it's set up. There'll be a little literature passage, And then you have your days. They're marked by numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you'll have the letters that give you the different things that you'll do for that day. For example, this day is A, B, and C. There's more space in the student book, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this just kind of gives you an idea. Every week there is a spelling tip in your everyday word lessons. And you're supposed to make your own list of spelling words. They give you some suggestions, but I like to kind of stick with words that follow these rules here. Be consistent with the book. They suggest you use words that they are having trouble spelling, or maybe words that would be in the book that you're reading. So that is that. At the end of each lesson, there are review activities, and you can choose what skills you want your kids to review there. And okay, I believe there's 3 lessons in this everyday words unit, and then at the end of the lesson 3, there is an assessment, which is like a little test for your kids to do, and it's got 18 questions for the assessment. Once you know if they are ready to move on to the next thing or not. So there's prep for the research unit. You have a research unit, you have poetry unit. There's just all kinds of different things that they do. It looks like it's going to be really fun. You have your answer to your enrichment activities in the back of the book. Okay, what else? Alright, and you have a skills index in the back of the book, which kind of tells you what you're learning throughout the year, what you learn in grammar, composition, reading, spelling, and study skills. So that's pretty much it for the teacher's manual. I'll give you a little glimpse inside the student book, student activity manual. It looks a lot like the teacher's manual. It's just spread out a little bit. Here's the book study for the boxcar children. Vocabulary gives you plenty of room to write their vocabulary words. Let's see if it can focus up here. There we go. Plenty of space to write it. This was actually where they cut out little strips of paper for the sequencing of events and glued them in order. And there's an example of an enrichment study, a little crossword puzzle. And here's the everyday words. Again, there's a lot of space for them to write their dictation passages, so I really like that. For those who maybe their kids don't write very small. I know my son doesn't really write that small. So it can be difficult to fit it all in there, but he did. So just a little glimpse at the lessons. Alright, there's the review activities. You can kind of see what I did there. I just crossed out the ones I didn't think he needed to do, and then I highlighted the numbers that I wanted him to do. Alright, so that's basically an overview of the student manual, their student book. My kids really liked the Boxcar Children. They loved this book. They just couldn't stop reading it. So I really recommend this. Even if you decide that you're not doing learning language arts through literature, this is a really good book for you to read. It seems like all of the book choices are going to be really good books, and I really like that about it. So I think that's about it. All of the things that I wanted to cover in this video. it does, at first, it does seem like the lessons are really short. There are some days that your lessons will be a little bit longer, but when we first started out, I thought, oh my goodness, like this is not a lot to do at all. How are they going to learn from this? But it really feels like they have retained a lot of information. And see, this lesson would go all the way to J. So there's a lot more to do. Just a couple pages worth of things to do. And it advances, it gets more difficult as they move throughout the books. So don't feel like it's not going to be enough, because really it is. And if you are trying to do Charlotte Mason or implement Charlotte Mason in your school in any way, this is a really good way to do it. They do copy work, dictation, short lessons, learning from literature. There's just a lot of her influence in this program. So that was one of the reasons that we chose to do this as well, because we were really wanting to implement more Charlotte Mason methods in our school this year. So that's my review on this program. We really like it. I hope that it continues to work for us. So thank you for watching this video, and have a good day.